What up, YouTube? What it do? What it do? I got something to talk about this evening as I'm heading to work. I got something I want to talk about. I want to talk about the corny man debate. I was actually make a full video on this, but I didn't have time today, so I just said, why not? I'll just go live and talk as if I'll just talk as if it's a regular video. But if some people happen to chime in, y'all are more than welcome to speak y'all piece. But I do want to have a conversation because I think this conversation is becoming stupid. The corny man debate. The corny man debate. That's good. Now, this Michael B. Jordan thing has got the internet talking. The internet is really talking about this Michael B. Jordan thing. And I think it's kind of crazy. I think it's crazy because what is the conversation actually about? Let me tell you something. When you are accomplishing great things in life, people want to place their insecurities onto you. Okay? That's just facts. People will place all their insecurities onto you. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, it don't matter. People will do it. And then also, I'm going to tell you why so many of these dudes is upset about the Michael B. Jordan thing. Because I don't think Michael B. Jordan is corny. But here's why a lot of dudes are so upset. It's because these dudes seek validation from women who don't want them. And I don't understand that. These men are seeking validation from females who want nothing to do with them. And that's why a lot of dudes are so upset, because they look at Michael B. Jordan as like the prototype for a guy who came up and made it. Which he is for a lot of dudes. He is the guy who has invested in himself, put in the worked very hard to get where he is, and he's made it. You dig? And a lot of dudes look at him as a goalpost, if you will, of what I can be if I really put in the work. But see, here's where the conversation gets kind of crazy, because a lot of dudes are getting upset with the whole Lori Harvey thing and this chick calling him corny, and people are now saying that he's corny for doing what he did. And I saw one tweet that said that he knows where Michael B. Jordan don't have no edge, and because he knows where his birth certificate is, and all that goofy ass shit. Now, what I don't understand is that, let's just be real. Michael B. Jordan can pretty much get any chick that he wants on this planet if he chose to. Michael B. Jordan is not hurting in any way from the things people are saying about him. Michael B. Jordan is just fine. Okay? Do you really think Michael B. Jordan cares about what people are saying who are less successful than him? I mean, let's keep it real at this point, because it's starting to get ridiculous. This is why when you constantly seek validation from others, it is so important that you have a good base. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important you have a good base, because you'll be constantly seeking validation from the people who never meant you any good anyway. Now, on paper, Michael B. Jordan is the ultimate guy to a lot of people, to a lot of dudes. And they just can't understand for the life of me a dude that is that successful, that is that popping right now, how females can still find him corny. Well, here's the truth. Every woman is not gonna like you. Okay? It don't matter how successful you are. It don't matter how shredded you are. It don't matter how much money you got. Every woman is not gonna like you. And this is just a lesson to be learned. Every female not gonna be feeling you. And that's just something that people are just gonna have to deal with. Every woman not gonna feel your energy. Every woman not gonna feel your vibe. But here's the thing too. A lot of these women who call him quote unquote corny, right? Is that what they saying, corny? Look at a lot of their situations though. For the life of me, can't understand why these dudes, they look for the lowest quality of women and they seek validation from them. Let me tell you something. Grown women with a good head on their shoulders that know what they want in life, that actually values a good man, don't think like this. They don't think like that. But it's just you dudes, a lot of dudes out there that get so upset because you see a lot of women talking on the internet, or you hear a lot of dudes saying, yeah, he lame and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of dudes don't have their own mind to begin with. A woman of value, a high quality woman is not going to find Michael B. Jordan or any other dude that is getting his ish together. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. But the problem is, as a man, you gotta get yourself to the point to where you're not so insecure about what another person may perceive of you. You gotta get to the point to where you know you doing what you gotta do, and you so fly that if one person ain't choosing, if she ain't choosing, the next one will. And people are like, well, he's corny for what he did to that girl on the red carpet. How? He didn't call her out her name. He didn't disrespect her. He didn't do none of that. But again, those are just a lot of simps, Captain Save-Ems and all that kind of stuff. All those people, niggas like Joe Budden and all that kind of stuff, who has no room to call anybody corny. No room to call anybody corny. But niggas like him, weird niggas like him, always got something to say. You dig? And he's entitled to that. You know what I'm saying? He's free speech. We rocking with all that. We rocking with all that. We get it. But I don't understand why cats are so mad. Like at people calling him corny. Matter of fact, let me stop lying. I do know, because they feel like, well, how could you? But here's the thing. Look at the current society that we live in. We live in a society that praises below average to mediocre activities. You feel me? We live in a society that praises raising a child into poverty on purpose. We live in a society that will salute a man for having multiple children by multiple women, and they will call him a player. We will salute a man who will knowingly tell a lot of chicks that, well, you know what, I'm not going to be there for the kid, but they'll lay up with him. Listen, I was telling my girl yesterday, I was like, you know what? Being a bum must be fun. Being a bum must be fun. Because when you not a bum, in the early stages, when you somebody that work hard in the early stages, it seems like you are sacrificing, right? It seems like you sacrificing a lot. You working hard, you in the gym, you doing what you got to do to make sure you right for you. You putting in all this work. But at the same time, you look at the bum dude. Bum dude don't gotta really pay no bills. He got all the time to smash women on his hands and everything like that. You know, the typical Pookie and Ray Ray, who I'm not mad at. Shout out to Pookie and Ray Ray. We need them. We need the Pookies and the Ray Rays of the world. Yes, we do. But what I'm saying is that this is why you have to figure out who you are as a person and what's important to you. But I was like, yeah, being a bum must be fun. I can only imagine. Ain't gotta work or put in minimal effort of work. Women will still screw you. But here's the thing. Do you really want that kind of low-class lifestyle for yourself? I mean, really. Honestly, do you really want that kind of low-class lifestyle for yourself? And the people that contribute to the low-class lifestyle, these are the same niggas who's going around calling men like Michael B. Jordan corny. But they will be the same people to look for people like Michael B. Jordan to save the community. The first time he don't want to donate to the niggas that's calling him corny, oh, well, he's a sellout. Oh, well, he's this. Oh, well, he's that. This is, the corny man will no longer be the cleanup man. Okay? The successful man will no longer be the cleanup man for everybody else's mistakes. We're not going to do that no more. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's over with. You dig what I'm saying? People are starting to wake up. Men are starting to wake up. And I know y'all can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want, but I don't think people really understand the impact that Kevin Samuels had on black men. You can say what you want about him, but that man had a crazy impact on black men. And when he died, and black men saw how certain women crapped on his death, that did something to a lot of black men in this country. Yes, it did, whether you want to admit it or not. Especially to the men who are successful and who are hardworking. I talk to them all the time. That did something that set off a switch. Rather it be good or rather it be bad. And see, they're going to try to downplay. They're going to really try to downplay the impact that Kevin Samuels had. They're really going to try to downplay it. But dude had an impact, especially among black men. See, black men were waking up when it came to Kevin Samuels. They were waking the hell up. For whatever reason, it was with Kevin. I don't know if it was the shock value. I don't know if it was the presentation. I don't know what it was. But black men were starting to work harder. Black men were starting, because rather than not, there were not a lot of positive black male figures in a lot of these men's lives. And a lot of men looked up to that. They looked up to it. Whether you call them lame for looking up to a Kevin Samuels or something like that, well, guess what? Unfortunately, it's a lot of niggas going around in the community having babies by a whole bunch of different women, being deadbeats, and unfortunately, they don't have fathers. So, or they don't have any male figures in their lives. So, at a point in time, you may have had men who saw Kevin Samuels as a male figure, or as a father figure, or as an uncle figure, or as a big brother figure. Whether they want to deny it or not, the man had an impact. And when he died, and when a lot of those dudes saw reaction to his death, it did something to a lot of black men. Say what you want about the passport bros and all them niggas, and again, it's a lot of corny niggas in the passport bros. I get it. But that did something. Black men of means are now talking in groups, not the dusty niggas. Because see, this is not what this is about. Because if these women if there was only the dusty niggas going overseas and shit like that, it wouldn't be no conversation. It costs money to travel. When you can travel like that and you can do it efficiently, it says something about you as a person. It means your finances are together. You are able to generate enough income to where you can maintain a lifestyle back home or go overseas or everything like that. Dusty men, right, shout out to Anti-Socially Podcast. Those dusty men can't travel. And when that man died, the floodgates opened. Why do you think there aren't many black male nurses? I don't know. I can't answer that. I really don't know. But there are more. I have started to see more black men get in this field more than I ever have before. But when that man died and those men saw that, these men started talking. I mean, look at platforms like Phil Scott. Look at all the successful brothers who are going to his platform and saying what they're about to do. Hundreds of thousands of brothers over there, successful black men over there talking about they want nothing to do with the culture over here. That is dangerous. That's a problem. And a lot of these women can sense that, bro. That's why this is such a problem. But it is really counterintuitive when you are calling the men of success over here corny. And even if it's down to something as minute as a sexual desire, as a simple sexual desire, whatever, you got to see the bigger picture past your reproductive parts. Because when you have another culture of women openly telling the men that some of these chicks, and I say some, not all, but that some of these chicks perceive as corny, when they telling them to come on over here, come on over to our culture, we'll celebrate you. Oh, you don't have a bunch of kids running around everywhere and you're successful? Come on over here, we'll take you. We just as beautiful, we just as in shape, we ready, we traditional. Listen, it takes resources to do that kind of stuff. And they honestly don't know the can of worms that they have opened. But what I'm saying is that the corny debate is dumb at this point because it's really still seeking validation from loud, low-quality women. Only a woman who is slow would say, well, he don't have edge, but he don't have edge, but it don't look like he look like he know where his birth certificate is. And I know that might be a joke, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel like that. And if they feel like that, so what? Who cares? But this is the effect that it's having, because now you have the productive men of society saying that, well, you know what? I'm corny. I'm gonna just take my corny self and my corny resources, and I'm gonna take them over here where I don't have to be bothered. You dig? Where I don't have to be bothered. I don't have to be bothered, and I can go where I'm appreciated. Where I can go where Coop, that's up to you. I mean, that's really up to you and what you want to do, bro. They say MP is saturated right now, so I mean, it's really up to you. You gotta figure out what works best for your situation. But yeah, man. So this is what happens. Because I'm gonna be real with you. With the amount of black men that don't have any male masculine people to even look up to or call, and a lot of times in our culture we look at masculinity as ready to shoot somebody for stepping on your shoe and all that kind of stuff. That's not masculinity. That's emotional distress. It's not masculine. There's nothing masculine about it. Because you can tote a gun for the smallest of things. There's nothing masculine about that. There's nothing masculine about that. Real masculinity is being able to control your emotions in crazy situations and thinking things out through logically. There's nothing masculine about that. You dig? And then when you got people that come along, and like I said, I'm no fan of Andrew Tate. I think a lot of what Andrew Tate does is show. I think Andrew Tate is a scammer. But I think Andrew Tate does bring up a lot of good points. And some of the things that he says. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like, but I feel like Andrew Tate is a plant, to be real. I feel like everything he does is for show. I think this whole thing with him being in jail is a show thing. I don't have nothing against Andrew Tate. I do think he says some good things every now and then, but you selling niggas courses to share your content and all that kind of stuff, and I get it, hustle. I ain't mad at your hustle, bro. But I think, cats like him. But even with him being shut down, you know what I'm saying, that really says something. And I don't get into the whole allegations about what he, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I don't know. I wasn't there. But when you level up as a man, bro, that's gonna come with the territory. People tell me all the time, like I've heard a lot of chicks of low quality say, oh, you a man in your 30s, what's wrong with you? I've heard dusty niggas say that. You a man in your 30s, what's wrong with you? You must be, you lame, or your soldiers don't march, or so, is he gay or something like that? Like, that's the logic that we have in certain societies, in certain parts of the culture, that if you don't have children by 22, something is wrong with you, or you don't prove what you are as a man. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. So because I don't have any children before I'm ready to have them, before I can raise them up in a decent environment, I'm less than a man? Chaos. And again, we know that's not the whole culture. We know that's not the whole community. But the men who are successful are starting to say that, why the hell do I have to deal with this? Why should I deal with this and I don't have to? I don't have to deal with this. And people will always talk about, well, save the community. Save the community. Save the baby. Save the children. And a lot of these men are fed up. They're like, no. I have no kids of my own. I'm doing well in life. I make a decent earning. I have a livable wage. I don't commit no crime. I'm a law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm saying? See, the plight of the passport bros is understandable. It's just when you have some outliers that convolute the whole thing by doing goofy ass shit, like that nigga who got stuck in the DR with $15. He was on some trick stuff, but what they won't show you are the men who have gone overseas and really built lives over there. Real productive lives, who are successful. And you have those channels on YouTube, but of course the media and the algorithm will only blow up the dusty shit. They're only gonna blow up the dusty shit. You dig what I'm saying? That shit Austin Holloman said, he really didn't even say nothing that was crazy, but they took it and they blew it out of proportion. And a lot of these old hatchback women are upset. They are upset because they understand and they see it clear. Women are not stupid. Women are very smart, and women have a good indicator of when some shit is about to go left, okay? And a lot of these women understand what is about to happen. Whether they say it or not, a lot of them understand what is about to happen. It is a problem. Because here's the thing, and this is how I honestly feel, as a whole, and now I'm talking about the black community, as a whole, I think it's finished. I think it's finished. To be quite honest, I think it's over with. And I think a lot of men are starting to feel like that as well. A lot of black men are starting to feel like it's finished. As far as American black culture, I really believe it's over with. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men are starting to see that. A lot of black men are starting to see that. So they're starting to say, well, you know what? Let me take my resources elsewhere. Not again. You know, my woman is a black American woman. I have no issues with my chick. My chick's a good woman. You dig what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. But everybody is not fortunate enough. But here's the thing. A lot of men who work hard every day in this society over here in Western culture to be great, they feel like, well, why should I have... A lot of them feel like, if I gotta fight with the world every day, why the hell do I gotta come home and fight with a woman? Or why the hell do I gotta come fight to have a decent woman when I gotta go up here and make myself above average every single day? And I get that. Well, people say, well, you need to have game, and you need to have this, and you need to have that, and that's cool. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody wants somebody who's just a straight up square, but damn it, if you got a man who may not have no quote unquote game, but is very productive in society and can provide and can take care of you, and can help you bring a legacy on into the next generation, then what the hell are we really talking about? Because other cultures, and not to compare, but they don't, like, come on, man. Come on, man. We get caught up in the stupid shit. This is what's popping right now in black culture right now. Is Michael B. Jordan corny or not? That is what's popping. Like, that's crazy. We literally on the brink of World War III, and this is what's popping. And it is what it is. You know, people, they trying to get the money and the algorithm and the clicks and all that, you know, all that stuff. It makes sense. But this is where we are. This is where we are. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, as a man who's productive in life, who gives it, like, who cares what a low quality person and a person that's doing worse than you in life has to say? Like, that's crazy. And you, and again, like Mike, he ain't responded, and he not gonna respond, as he shouldn't, because that's beneath him. He checked that chick accordingly, because people act like checking somebody is wrong for disrespecting you, or what you feel is disrespect. And he did it in a classy way. He said, "Oh, the corny guy, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that." Wasn't trying to flex on her. He didn't say, "I'm doing better than you because you at my movie premiere." He said, "Oh yeah, the corny guy, right?" Now again, I said before, what would have been fly if she would have been like, "You know what? Yeah, you right. I apologize." It would have been nothing he could. If she would have been like, "You know what? You right about that. We was trying to clown you. We was trying to clown you. We was trying to play games and stuff like that. Let me apologize here. You popping right now. You good right now. You successful. I really do apologize. I was wrong. I was a kid." Ooh, do you know the boy? Because it would have been nothing he could say after that. As a man, he would have had to respect it. As a man, he would have had to respect it. You dig what I'm saying? And she probably would have got all kind of a deal with that. And I'm telling you right now, she would have had a whole new legion of supporters. I'm telling you, because you would have had to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what if I was at a premiere of somebody who I probably clowned in high school, or, you know, who I made fun of in high school, you know what I'm saying? And she said that, I'd have been like, "You know what, baby? You are absolutely right. That was foul what I did to you back in the day. I was wrong. I was wrong for that. I shouldn't have did that. That was foul. And I'm sorry. I apologize." What could she have said? I would apologize like a man. I would have came at her the right way. I wouldn't have made her feel less than. You dig what I'm saying? I would have said I was wrong. I was immature. And if she would have did that, I promise you, bro, that whole interview would have went different. Because it would have been nothing he could say. Because if he would have clowned her after that, then you really would have had a reason to call him corny then. Because people are human, they're going to make mistakes. But if you got somebody who was sincere in their apology, what can you do? You can't clown somebody for that. He would have looked really corny if she would have apologized on some sincere stuff and still tried to, tried to check her after that. But anyway. But that's what happened, and people are like, "Oh, therapy, he needs therapy," and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. The good men in this society are done with the bullshit. We are done with the bullshit. I will wave the flag. I will proudly carry the flag for the corny men, okay? I will proudly carry it. Because, yes, please call us corny. But what we're not going to do, we're going to be corny with our resources. And we're no longer interested in what the low quality women of the society have to say. No, we only are concerned with the women and the people that want to be with us and deal with us. And I think that's a lot of the problem. We worry so much about what a motherfucker who don't care about us think. Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah. I am going to be the proud wearer of the Corny boys. But if Corny can come with success like Mike B got, I'll wave that flag proudly, boy. Shout out to the Corny boys. Yeah. Niggas crazy. You got a nigga wearing a purse talking about what's corny. He's a corny nigga. Joe Budden is crazy. You got a whole purse, nigga. You talking about Michael B. Jordan is corny, nigga. With a purse and makeup in your pocket. Nigga, please. Please. Ain't no nigga walking around with a purse finna call me corny. And I get upset about it. And I care. Especially if I'm more successful than them. So, anyway. I'm here now, y'all. I'm about to go finish being corny and make this day. And I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.